So it actually came from Elton John. So our CEO went to an Elton John concert, and Elton was talking about how he has a wonderful team around him and he just shows up and performs and does his job and does it exceptionally well. And our CEO was like, our advisors should be more like Elton John.
Yeah.
And anybody who knows Matt Ackerman is once he gets on an idea, he is like a dog on a bone.
Hey, it's a new episode of Money Chronicles, and I'm Johnny Sandquist.
And I'm Torie Happe.
We're super excited to have Andree Mohr, the president of Integrated Partners.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yes, thank you for joining. So I just want to hop right into it. I know you recently had twin girls, and on that maternity leave, which how you figured out time to do this, you wrote a little book with our good friend Matt Ackerman. So I would love for you to kind of chat about that. I know you guys are up for a Luminary Award for it, so we are all crossing our fingers that you guys win. Would love to know like how the book became what it is, and how it's helping drive your guys' vision in our space.
Well, thank you for that. We see so many advisors at Integrated who are bored with what they're doing. They're like stuck in Groundhog Day, or they are stuck in the whirlwind of things that don't fill their cup. And we were like, how do we re-energize them and remind them that they are the hero of their clients' stories and they're really the stars of their businesses? And so we decided, let's write a book about it. But then at the end of the book, let's give them actionable tools so they can do an assessment of their practice to say, am I the star, or are there things that I can do to make my life better? So we really wanted people to refocus on, how do I build a business on my dreams and do something that is uniquely me that I love? So that's why we wrote the book, and it was a great journey. And I was on mat leave, and Matt was wonderfully gracious because there were days I had one baby, two babies, who knows what was going on. But he curated all this content and created this beautiful story of how advisors can get back to what they love, which is how they serve their clients. So I hope for him that it comes together, but we are just honored to be nominated.
Yeah. So whose idea was it to make the book music themed? Was that from Matt? Was that a joint decision? How'd that come?
So it actually came from Elton John. So our CEO went to an Elton John concert, and Elton was talking about how he has a wonderful team around him and he just shows up and performs and does his job and does it exceptionally well. And our CEO was like, our advisors should be more like Elton John.
Yeah.
And anybody who knows Matt Ackerman is once he gets on an idea, he is like a dog on a bone. So then he's like, well, and then how about this story about Taylor Swift, and you got to shake it off. And then all of these other things just came together so well. And it makes it fun because I'm like, who really wants to read a book about practice management for financial advisors?
Spice it up a little bit.
Anybody.
Yeah.
So it spices it up. But as you guys know, especially you're such a wonderful storyteller and marketer that stories get people to take action.
Right.
And so we were able to use these stories to get people to think about themselves in specific situations and then want to affect change.
And after you kind of signed, sealed, delivered the book, which was your favorite anecdote in the entire thing?
I mean, mine is Taylor Swift only because I love
I'm glad you said that because it was mine.
But only because I love the notion of being solely focused on your true vision and being who you are and shaking off discouragement and the whirlwind and all of these other things and coming into your true self. So but also because I love Taylor Swift.
Same. It's very known that I'm a Swiftie out there in the universe. So
You are a Swiftie.
yeah, it's bad, but it's fine.
Multi-state travel to go to that show.
I did do a multi-state travel to go to the.
Well, you're worth it.
Yeah, exactly. And I shook off all the haters and went anyways. So we always love to kind of round these conversations out with the question of, what is your biggest money mistake that you have made from, when you were 7, trying to save up for that favorite toy to now? What is one of those mistakes that vividly sticks out in your head?
So I had the wonderful opportunity of interning at a financial services firm when I was in college. So I worked out there my whole college career. They offered me a job after, and like 9 months into that, I'm like, what am I doing? I got to quit and I got to go travel the world. And my parents were like, this was not the point of you going to college. But my best friend and I, we decided to quit. And I said, I'll just spend every dollar that I have and then figure it out from there. And it was a lovely life experience that I would not trade, but from a money perspective was not the best idea
Yeah.
to spend every single dollar that I had. Because then I got back into the working world and my friends were like, oh, we're going to go do this. And we have our 401k. And I'm like, right, I'm ramen noodling it up over here. So
Happe noodles go far though.
they do go far.
Ew.
Not good for the house.
No, a little high on the sodium, but
Yeah. So I, now in retrospect, should have like maybe planned a little bit better. But I figured, I'll figure it out.
yeah, you're young. It's fine. We got
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you can approach experiences when you're that age. You have time to recover from it.
Yeah. But I probably should have listened to my parents.
Yeah. So
I hate those words. It's a terrible saying, and now we are the parents.
we are.
That's the scary
Yeah.
part.
Well, it's true. But then when you have to call them because you're like, so I have no dollars.
And I need to come home.
And they're like, well, remember that time we told you that this was not a good idea? I'm like, yeah. Can we do that whole guilt trip thing later? Yeah.
That's great. Andree, thanks for joining us at Market Council. I know it's been busy. You had a panel today. Got a lot going on, so thanks for being here.
Well, I am grateful to be here. So thanks for having me.
Thanks, guys.